Hello, welcome. I'm Karen Eiton, and I'm here today to just kind of show you what my life is like as being a creative person. So I woke up this morning and I was kind of burnt out on working all day on the computer yesterday and typing and all that. So I was like, I'm going to take some time today to actually film what I actually do. So my main focus is coaching others and to help them with a creative business, whatever it may be, a creative product with a creative product or a creative service that they would like to bring to life and to start a business in. So that is my main focus. But when I'm a little tired of being on the computer, typing and doing all the things that go along with my coaching program, I take some time out each day, and I like to take about an hour out each day and just work on my projects that I have created. I love creating for myself, and I love creating for things, products to sell and things like that. So today I'm just going to kind of walk you through some projects that of being a creative, you know what I'm talking about when I say you have more than one project going on at one time, and that's fine, but as long as you see those products through into the end until you get them up online and for sale. That's the main thing. So today we're going to talk a little bit about mindset as I go ahead and start finishing up some of my projects. So I want to give you a few tips on your mindset. So I'm going to turn my machine on. It's going to be a little bit loud, a little bit of a buzzing noise, but hopefully you won't mind too much. And then I have some notes here, and we're going to talk a little bit about mindset and what helps me in finishing things that I start. And I think that's a problem for a lot of creative people. They love producing product and they love being creative, but following through with it until the end is their problem. They don't have that follow through. And you have to stay focused on it. And the way that you can stay focused on it is to have a passion behind what you love to do. That is the main root of a business that helps it to survive or not, is to have that passion that pushes you forward. You don't wake up every day not wanting to go to work. You love doing what you're doing. You love helping people, or however it is you have a vision of your business you want it to be. So the first tip, I have 4 tips today for mindset, and so you don't lose focus. So it's basically stick to one thing that you love and has a purpose, and it will make you money as it progresses. Focus on making your product awesome with a passion behind it. So that was number 1 tip. And then the second tip is meditate. A lot of times you get busy or whatever, but if you would just get in a routine of meditating every day, it can help you. It can help you bring your business to life faster because you slow your mind down and you're able to think clearer each day as you go forward in doing a meditation. And it helps you to, when you're laying there, to envision what you want to create, what you want to make, who you want to help. It just kind of brings it all together so you can have a clearer vision of your path moving forward. I also want to introduce you today to a book, 111 Morning Meditations by Sunny Dawn Johnston. This is a meditation book, and it has a lot of different authors in it from all over the world. And I have 5 meditations written in this book. I haven't actually claimed my author page on Amazon yet, but I'm going to be doing that here shortly. But anyway, I am in this book, and it's a wonderful book, and it's a good way to get started in meditation because it has so many different views of meditation, so many different ideas of other people bringing a meditation to life into this book. And if you don't like one, you may like another one. And it's just a whole different spectrum of different people's nice views on a nice meditation. And it walks you, you can walk yourself through it. You can actually read it and videotape. What I suggest is you read the meditation and you record it on your phone, and then you push play when you're ready to meditate, and then you have the meditation already, so you can hear it while you're lying there. And I think that's better than trying to meditate and read. I know I have one meditation that is audio that's on Amazon now. It is one of my beach walk meditation that's in this book, and it is on audio that you can probably purchase. This book I have for sale today for, I think, $16, and I think it's on Amazon for $17. So I'm giving you a little bit of a value there if you'd like to order it through me. I have a few more books that I can send out, so if you're interested in that, you can contact me either through my Facebook, PM me, DM me or whatever, or you can email me. My information is like all over Facebook and all over online, so I will link it below too, that you can direct email me if you'd like to purchase the book. So we're going to be doing some fun things today, actually. So let me give you the rest of these tips first, and then I'm going to get on with my projects that I'm excited to make, because they've been sitting here for a couple days now and I haven't had a chance to get back to them. So I want to get motivated on them, and each day I try to do just a little bit on them each day, and then by the end of the week usually they're completed, or if not, they run over until the next week, but at least I stay on them until they're done. I'm pretty organized when it comes to something like that, and I guess I'm just used to it from running my business for so long. And you have to be able to not only make products but produce products. It's very important for them to go out your door. So anyway, so number 3 tip was, let's see, work on your goals and dreams every day. Even if it's just researching the goal, if you're sitting and whatever, and you can just research it a little bit. Start to collect content about your product. If there's already someone selling your product or service online, start to just gain content about the product or about something similar to what you want to offer. So that helps you to be able to move forward better. They may have a product that's close or similar to yours, or a service, and then you can make it better as you move forward. And then number 4 is write content about your own product, what you envision your product to be, and what is it your product's going to offer. How are you going to make it different? How are you going to make it more of a better product than what's out there? Write this down. Start to dream about it. Start to really just write freely. That's when your mind can just flow, and you just write. You don't care about mistakes or anything. You just write freely. Then you can come back and collect that content, and then maybe turn it into something. But if you get your ideas on paper, it's much easier to be able to start typing them in somewhere and start to create either an ad about them or a story about them or whatever it is. And that helps you with the momentum of pushing yourself forward, is if you get some written content started. So yeah, how you envision it to be, and who will your product serve or help? Who is it that you hope to help? Is your product going to be a service, or is it going to be a product, actual physical product? And who you would like to, help with your business. So today I have some squares, some rectangles actually cut out, and I have them, in stacks. And I'm going to be sewing these together because I want to make myself a maxi skirt. So some of these fabrics I dyed with some herbs. So like this one I dyed, it's just got a little yellow and a lot of white, but they are really pale. And then this one I dyed with some other herb, turmeric, I think, or whatever. Turmeric, I can never pronounce it right, so sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to be putting these together. So I have them stacked because I had it all laid out and took a picture of it, and so I have these stacked in rows. So we're going to be putting these together, and just if I get this part accomplished today, I'll be happy with that. Then I can start to see how many more I need to put in the rows to actually fit and to be able to have an elastic waistband or whatever. or a regular waistband. I'm not real clear on that. But anyway, I'm going to start sewing them together and just keep talking to you a little bit and show you how it is done. So you just, work on your product every day. This isn't actually going to be a product, I don't think, for sale, but it's going to be, a product that, I'm making for myself. But there's no reason why, I couldn't probably sell it too. And maybe I will. I don't know. But first of all, I have to have the product and, and research them. So we're just making rows right now. And I think I messed up because that shouldn't be right next to the There we go. So yeah, whatever your product is, or service, whatever your service is. I ran a tailoring service for, 25 years, and, I love that service. And I'm not saying I'm not going to one day get back into it, but maybe I would like to hold some workshops and to teach others how to, have a tailoring business. That does interest me to be able to do that. So I am going to be running some workshops here this summer, and so who knows what I will come up with. But yeah, you just have to, find what it is that you love, because if that passion is behind it, then you can go much further with if you turn it into a business. This is a little denim, actually was a pair of jeans that were too big, and so I was like, I need a little bit lighter color, and I like the denim in it. So see, we'll just go and see how many. So we have one row. See how nice that looks? It's pretty cool. Just put it on my lap, and then we'll go on with the next row. And it's always right sides together. You cut your squares out, or rectangles, or whatever shape. And then even when you're sewing, a blouse or whatever, it's always right sides together when you're sewing. And then I'm going to see how we can bring this to life. I don't own it. Well, I do have a maxi skirt. I think I have like a royal blue maxi skirt, like a more like a dressy maxi skirt. But I don't have anything that's just kind of like, this would be fun, just like knock around. Something you can slip on, run to the bank or run to the, store with, just, and look cute for summer. It has lemons on this one. And I purchased this one, the lemons. I purchased this one at Joann Fabrics. They had a couple different ones. They had a darker with a darker background, but I like the one with the lighter background. I'm just more into the lighter colors than I am like blacks and darks. I mean, I like to wear them because they kind of like slim you down a little bit. But, and this is just me. This is just kind of me being in my element. I like to be fun. I like to be just kind of, creative and just come up with different things. And I've got a lot in store for you today. So you're gonna learn a lot here today. Not only about sewing, but you're gonna learn about producing, making, creating, and producing products, and actually learning to use a few other tools than just the sewing machine. So stick around and really, gain the value of the video. And learn something. Learn how, maybe you're not a sewer, but maybe you're more like you work with paper. We're going to work with some paper here in just a little bit. And I'm going to show you a couple things. I just want to get these accomplished. I'll be so happy if I get these started. It's been sitting there for a couple days now, all cut out, and I have way more squares than this because I know this isn't going to be long enough. And but it's a start, and it gets me a little bit further each step. So I take steps, and then I organize it again, and then I come back to it the next day or whenever I can get back to it, And I think I went on to the next. Did I? Yeah, that one's done. Okay, so I got the same amount. I thought maybe I was messing up. I was like, shoot. Okay, right sides together. We'll be done with this shortly, and then we're gonna move on to something else. But yeah, you just have to get your creative juices flowing, you know. You just have to, sit and think, what is it I'd like to create? How is it I would like to help people? If you don't want to start a business, maybe you want to, help out an organization or something and be creative, or you have a group of women that you work with and you need ideas for them. I know a cousin of mine works with a ladies group, and she's always, like, when we go out to eat with them and stuff, she's like, all right, show me pictures on your phone. Show me what you've been up to. Because I always take pictures of my stuff. She's like, show me what you've been up to. She says, oh, that gives me ideas. And then it gives her ideas to take back to her little women's group, And then they come up with, their own take of it. They do something just a little bit different. And, she makes it, her own and helps them to, have something new to do all the time. This one I might have positioned a little bit wrong, so I gotta stretch it a little bit. Okay. We're gonna have two whites, two denims next to each other. I don't like that. And I don't like that one next to it. Oh, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it because I had them laid out how I wanted it. So I'm just gonna follow along with what I planned. Okay. Got this square a little bit. There it goes. Alright, see how simple and fast? It does move fast. Very fast. So I always have stuff going on. I have some other, maybe tomorrow I can kind of videotape. I have a hydrangea and a butterfly that came back from the digitizers, and I don't have it stitched out yet, so I'm not sure if the size is correct. So I'm going to be stitching that out, and I'll pull my machine up. My camera doesn't really go that far from the computer here, and I have to stay hardwired in on the computer because I'm in a metal building. This is my shop here, and it doesn't always, the internet doesn't always stay on if I'm not like hardwired in. So when I videotape and I'm online or whatever, I have to make sure that I'm on, or at least using my camera, I have to make sure that I'm on the hardwired computer then to be. Oh, this is going to look cute. This lemon next to this stripe. I like it. We're almost to the end. All right. And this is what I do. Come in here for about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours at the most, and I create. And I have different things that I like to do. I have different products that I like to sell online. I know, some of the products that I make, sell, and I create them over again or whatever, just, you have to decide what it is, your interest is, what you're interested in. This one has 2 lemons and 2 little flowered denims, but it looked cute when I had it laid out, so I'm going to try to trust myself. Oh, go backwards. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to sew these rows together because, let me see if I can kind of lay it out. So we don't want the same colors, like those two colors hit together. So we want to bring it so those colors don't line up exactly. Let me see. I got too much on there. Is that right? That's right. Okay. That one. So these two could go together nicely. All right, let's do another one here. Let's see what we got. This one, that might line up. I don't want that to line up. So let's see. Those will line up. I don't want that to happen. So we can probably, and then I got two lemons gonna line up. So I'm gonna move it this way. So the lemon, and that is not lining up. Okay, this is good. So I'm gonna put a couple pins in here. Get to the end. Let's see here. This lines up pretty good. And I can't take my camera to the to my iron. My iron is behind the camera actually. So I'm just gonna float with it and then press it the best I can. Okay, so now let me see if I got the right one. Okay, so now this goes with this one. So let's pin this. Just pinning our rows together. Trying to get the rectangles to match up the best we can. You know, there's always a little variation. You gotta sometimes just stretch a little bit to get your seams kind of lined up. And this one I have a little bit higher. Okay. All right, and then I think our last row, let's see how we're gonna match up here. Okay, we have that. All right, that looks good because we want it just all off, not like. Okay, now we gotta see if this one we do it here. This and this is gonna match up, so we don't want to match. And then if we go this way, let's see. Go that way. I think we're good. Not matching. Oh, we are right there. Oops. Maybe I can put it on the other end. This looks good. All right, let's do that. Go to this end because it is off better. So we don't want two of the same matching up. Just kind of. That's pretty good. And we're just going to sew these rows together, and then tomorrow I'll fold it up nice, and then tomorrow I'll press out the seams, and then I'll see how much more I need to add to the width for myself, and decide what I'm going to do with the waistband. So I'm just going to push my seams for the rectangles. I'm just going to push them all flat. So then when I go to press them, I can just push them all to one side. That'll be the easiest when I can't get up there and press them like wide open. So that'll be the easiest. So I'm going to start, back up. That locks your stitch into place. And then it's a little tricky to try to get your your rectangles to line up where the next one starts, and you want all of your seams to try to go the same direction. So let's do that, and I think we'll have 3 or 4 rows to do. So here we might be just a little bit. This one we're right on. Cool. Cool. And take your pins out as you go. You don't want to run over your pins because that's how you damage your needle. I know a lot of people do sew over their pins. I don't recommend it. I don't like changing needles all the time. So if you protect your needle and you baby it a little bit, favor it, you know what to do, then you don't have to constantly change needles and break needles and all that stuff. Oh, good. For some reason this row turned out a little bit. Oh, I lost my phone. Not bad, not bad. Okay, next row. Let's see here where we are. Right here. So this next row, and you could do something like this and just do it all flat and make it into a really cute summery tablecloth, or you know, something like that. It would be adorable. I just love this lemon pattern. I'm going to go back here just a little bit because I see this edge not catching. Okay. Get a feel of this underneath side. Still checking to make sure our seams are one way. Get a good end here. Just try to make it match up best we can. Back and forth. Okay, cool. It's looking pretty good. So we're on the third row, and then we'll have this one, two. Oh, three. What am I thinking? All right, cool. Let's see here. And I'm probably sewing. I'm sewing pretty close to the edge. It's not like 5/8, that's for sure. It's not 1/2 inch or 5/8. It's smaller than that, so it's probably, my seams are only about 1/4 of an inch, but that's okay. I don't want big seams inside this where it's like feels like too bulky to wear. You know, I want it to be a little bit, you know, flowy, a little bit loose. Okay, we're almost to the end, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This project has been on my mind. I started it, and I had a vision, and I didn't get a chance to get back and really get it finished up. It's like, it's sitting there, it's cut out, it's waiting for me. I have to get back to it. So, okay. So here we have part of our maxi skirt. So as you can see, I have to make more to go around me because I'm not that size at the waist. So you have to make it a little bit longer, you know. I mean, not longer, but wider. And maybe a little longer. I'll have to check it out, how wide I want to make the waistband. But anyway, I'm so happy that we got this portion started. So you can start to see it come, you know, to be something. So I think it's going to be adorable. Adorable. So we can shut our machine off now. And what we're going to do next is I'm going to bring another machine over here. And I made this purse that I really think is cute. It's just kind of a hobo knock-around bag. I made it for myself because I bought a purse in Italy when we were there. And it was supposed to be 100% leather. Well, it wasn't. And it is wearing out on me. And I use that purse for everything. It's just a navy blue bag with suede and kind of leather on the front pocket and stuff. And I really like the bag, but I need to change bags because it's starting to look a little rough. So I've already made some holes here. As you can see, my thumb's coming through. I made some holes here. I'm not sure if they're the right side. And on the back, I made some other holes. Because this pattern, it had, it was designed differently. So I designed it a little bit different, like the strap and how this is here. But anyway, I'm going to be putting some grommets in today and trying out a new machine. I just had my husband set up a new machine for me yesterday because I couldn't get the handle on it myself. I couldn't get the screw loose myself. I'm a little bit of a weakling. But anyway, so I'm going to show you what we got going on. So let me just a minute get the machine. So here's the machine. This is a grommet machine, and you can use this to put on grommets. You can make shower curtains with the little rings. These are supposed to be like I think they call these the 1-inch. I wish they were silver, but they're not. So I'm going to go with gold because I didn't order silver yet. This is what came with the machine. It was kind of like a package deal. But we have grommets that came with this machine. We have it in the 1-inch, and we have it in the 3/4 and the 1/4-inch grommets. So, but you could use this and make all kinds of products with this machine, you know, and to doll up your products. So I haven't used this machine yet, so I'm hoping I kind of know what I'm doing. I've done a lot of grommets in my tailoring business, but the grommets that I did in my tailoring business, I did with a handheld tool and not like a machine like this where you can actually go a little bit faster. So I'm going to try one. Well, I'm going to try a sample first because I'm good at just really screwing something up. Let's see, I'm going to pull some fabric from here. What do I have? Just any little thing. I have most of my fabrics on cardboard so they can stay organized a little bit. The smaller pieces anyway. And I'm probably going to be getting rid of some of the smaller pieces because I'm going to be getting into a little bit larger type of work. So a lot of this clutter of this small stuff is going to probably go by the wayside. So, all right, so, and then I just pin it on there, and then I just try to file it and keep it halfway situated. Okay, so then I'm just going to cut. I wish I had the cutting tool, but I don't have that yet, or the machine. So I'm just going to make a little cut in the fabric, and I'll have to just kind of like go, and then like a cross of a cut. Just like 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to take one of these pieces that has the actual, you know, the nipple part, the part that sticks out, and I'm going to push it in here and see, it's perfect. It's perfect. See, and you just have a little bit that goes in the, you know, up the thing, so that way that will get caught and the grommet will stick to your fabric. So I have the top part, I have this already inside the top head of the die here. It's like this, you know, with the nipple pointing whoopsie down, and then I have the little other grommet part here that's the little part that kind of helps it to close. So I have that, and I have the sharp side up, so I don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to try it. And these things stick together. You go to pick them up and you think that you just have one there, and you have to like really hit it. See, there's 3 there. And you don't want to jam your machine with more. So you want to make sure that you really, you know, do this like what I'm doing here. Just tap them down to make sure that you are only using one at a time. So we're going to try this with this scrap material. So I'm going to put it in here and push it up towards the head of the machine. I think he has this on. No, I gotta go that way. Sorry. See, this is my first time using this machine, so I didn't know. And let's see what happens. Perfect. The I think I could have pushed a little bit more. I'm not so strong like that. Let's see if I can get it back in there. Yeah, that's better. So it's not going to come off. It does really, this is really thin material though. So it looks like it's kind of like a big lip there, you know, on the nipple part that sticks out. I don't know what else to call it. But once I get the thicker fabric in there, like this is 2 or 3 layers and it has interfacing, so it will take up some of that. So it won't look like that once I do it on the regular purse. So now I have to remember that this top part, the top part is what's going to show on the outside of the bag. So that's the part that I have to make sure when I go to do it. It's hard to, no wonder it has wheels. Yeah, it's nice. It has wheels on it. And I don't know, I think we got this for like, I don't know, it was $100 or I don't remember what it was. It was online. Okay, so we're going to put our, make sure we got one and put that in the top head of the die. And then these little things, these with the sharp edge up, goes in the bottom. Okay, so then on the outside of the bag is going to show this top part. So we want to make sure that we make sure our hole is plenty big. Our hole fits up there. And you can feel your fabric all the way around the nipple part of the die, you know, or the grommet. And then you're going to push down. Make sure I can push. There, you can feel it set. Okay, let's pray. Yeah, I did it! All right! See, this is the first time I ever used this. I'm so excited. Look, it's cute. Isn't that cute? It just makes your bag kind of dialed up. And then, so I have another hole here. I can't get too excited, so I mess up. Okay, so then make sure you have one and put that in the top head of the die. And then one of these little ones with the rough edge, the sharp edge, the edges are sharp on these, the sharp edge up, and then the outside of the die needs to go up in the top portion. And then kind of feel all the way around that top part of the grommet and make sure your material is in there. And then you want to push down, and then I can't push. There, you set it. Yes! I love it! I absolutely love it. So what I did to get my, I just measured from the side seam over, and the side seam over, and then the amount down, and the amount down. That's how I came up with where to set these. And it had a different closure on it, but I wanted to do this with the grommets, because I already made a little lace scarf that I'm going to weave in here, and then that way I can tie the bag closed, because it just kind of like, I don't know, I don't like going to the store or whatever and you have your bag and your purse is kind of like wide open, anybody can just stick their hand in there and grab whatever. So this way it kind of, you know, has a better, tighter closure. I don't know how exactly it's going to look, but it's just something I came up with for myself to see how it's going to go. So let's finish up. We're gonna, oh, this looks like 2. It really did look like 2. Okay, so you got your top one up there, and your bottom one with the sharp edge up. Cool. All right, and then we're gonna stick this part. I can feel the hole there. In the top part, and then make sure, go all the way around with your fingers and make sure that your fabric is all the way around. I'm going to connect. I'm going to be included in what you're going to, in the grommet when it closes. Okay, so I think mine is pretty good. I'm going to close it down. It kind of like clicks a little. See, this one had a little bit of fabric too much, so you just cut that out. I can do better with my trimming scissors, but anyway, the grommet is connected and it's secure. So we have one more. Okay, let's go. Make sure we got one. We're going to stick it in the top portion. sure we have one of these. Put this in the bottom portion, and then put our grommet. Put our fabric on our grommet. See if I can get a little bit clearer on the fabric. Make sure the fabric is nice and around it really nice. Okay, and we're going to close it. Let's see what we got. Yes, that's awesome. That is an awesome machine. So I put these little grommets on. So we have 4 grommets. So, excuse me. I'll keep that for a sample. I could show someone. And then this was in a separate bag, so I want to make sure I keep these separate. Otherwise, it's too hard to like go digging through the other ones. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I don't know how it's going to look, so I'm going to try it, but I'm wondering, since I have a pocket here, but this is actually the front, so, and I made this long scarf out of just some lace that I had. And this is for my own personal use. I'm not selling this. And then you just go through. I hope it works out. My idea works out. I thought it would kind of add a little cuteness to the bag. So, let's see. I've got one a little bit longer than the other one. So yeah, look. Look how cute. So we have some on the other side, and then we can just tie it closed and just let it hang down. And see, we have a nice pocket with elastic right here. You can stick your cell phone in there and find it easy, or your keys. But anyway, that's how it turned out. Let me get this strap going right. So yeah, so there's the front of it. I don't know what that is, a little fabric. And then this is the back of it. So this will be like on your body, and it's flat, you know. So it's a crossbody bag, and I like those. I like kind of like hobo bags, kind of boho or whatever you call it. Hobo, did I say that? My head's not on there. But anyway, this is how it would look on you, you know. On me, I guess, because it's going to be my bag. So I like it. And once you get your stuff in there and you have the weight in there, it seems like a lot better, you know, a lot better. But you can make those and sell them, and just, you know, I modified the pattern and to be what I wanted it to be, and not like what the actual pattern was. So then it's more of my own, and I love doing stuff like that. So we're going to put this a little bit aside, and we're going to get another little tool. Because one of my favorite things to do is to make journals. I love making journals. And I, you know, sell some online. I just like making them. I just think a lot more people should be writing about their feelings and writing about things. And so I am making 4 spring journals. And we're not going to do all the paper today, but I just want to show you what I did. And this is another idea. You know, you can make just you know, notepads or whatever it is, but these journals are going to actually be with this paper, and it's going to be with a lot of lace, and what else do I want to say? Yeah, I'm going to have, like, in between these pages, I'm going to have fabric pages also, you know, with some, like, pockets on it, some different things. So it's not going to just be like an ordinary, just all paper journal. It's going to be like kind of like a traveler's notebook type thing, but more for like springtime, more very light color. So anyway, I'm going to be cutting all the paper today. So this is the project that I want to get finished too. So I've had all these projects started that I want to kind of complete. So I'm glad I completed my purse today. So that was great. And then I got a good start on my skirt. And then these journals. So I've decided to only do one hole in the page. And I'm going to make it where it is going to have a ring at the top, but only one ring. And the ring seems big for how deep the paper is, but once I get some, like I sew on some of these cards and make fabric pages and stuff that go with it, it actually gets pretty thick. So that's why I have the large ring. So we will be cutting out one hole at the top, which, I love using these things. If I can get this one apart. It doesn't want to. Why this one is so hard to. This might have been the sample my husband had in his pocket to go get me more, and it's like, I think he bent it. But anyway, we'll just use it for this and not for the journal. So this will go in the top ring, you know, the top of the notebook, and holding all the pages together. And then at the end, since it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of floaty, you know, so I'm going to be making an elastic band that will go around and hold all the pages together that they can take off. And the reason I wanted it to be this way is because I want them to be able to, you know, open this up more, you know, spread it all out, and to see what they wrote, and to see their work that they actually did, instead of just having it so condensed and confined. And they'll be able to actually, and there's a reason for that, which I'm not going to share right now, but there's a reason for them to be able to see some different things all at once. So this is what I did, and I want to teach you and show you how to do this as well. So this is just a regular paper cutter. It's got the 3 holes or whatever. Oh, someone's here. It has multiple holes or whatever. And so you just stick it in there and it'll punch 1, 2, 3. Excuse me 1 second. Let's see what this is. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Is it 50?
50?
50 here on drug?
Oh,
All right, thank you.
309.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that. Somebody's got the wrong address. Okay. So, well, let me show you. So if we were to do where it would close on my pages might not be long enough, but I'm just going to give you an idea. See, like a notebook, it would 1, 2, 3, okay? But we're just going to use the center hole today for making just the one at the top. And so I measured it out where my hole is even. So then I put a strip of paper right here on this side with a piece of tape. And I have to make sure that the edge of my paper is on that line. And that way I know that I'm in the middle. So if it matches up all the way along here, it matches up with that piece of paper, and it's flat against the head back here where it can't go anymore, and then just push it down. So then we get just the one hole. So that's what we're going to be using. That should match up fine. This one I can use for a little note, and it doesn't. Okay. So then I'm going to just cut this paper. I don't know if I'll keep the video on for all of it or not, but it gives you another idea to create, to make things that you like, and to create and to be productive in, you know, what it is you want to do, you know. So maybe this gives you some ideas for an idea that you already have, maybe something that you can add to it or whatever. That's how creatives kind of work, you know. My lights are blinking off. Blinking. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, just make sure that you're all the way. And it's really simple. And then this thing collects the little paper circles inside of it. And so once you go to move it and shake it, they come flying out. So you want to make sure that, you know, you don't get the mess all over the floor. Like you take it to a large garbage can and kind of like shake it and get them out. I think I turned that over. So this is just a regular cardstock, regular white cardstock. My husband had a printing business before, and he has tons of paper left over that we're not printing anymore or anything. And so he's like, use it up, use whatever you want to use it for, and just, you know, get rid of it and do whatever you want to. So I've been creating being creative with it and just trying to do some things that I like to do. My lights are flash, blinking. I don't know if they're gonna go out. Oh, it's a little bit rainy here today. It was kind of misting when I got up this morning. The dog went out for a short time. She's like, I don't want to be out here either. So, I got a good little girl, little dog. She's not little. She's a medium-sized dog, but she's sweet. She's adorable. So then I have to decide what fabrics I want to use in between my pages. So, and I don't want it to be real, what do I want to say? Real vintage looking. This one anyway. A lot of my journals are a little bit of the vintage look. And this one I'm going to try to make a little bit sweeter, that you could use, for, something a little more professional, maybe, a little more class, I guess. So, and it's all going to be all brand new materials. So it's not going to be any vintage laces or old or anything like that. It's all going to be brand new stuff on it. Try something a little bit different this time. I know the vintage style is really popular right now, and I love it too. I like it. I'm going to try something. Since I've always done stuff like that, I want to try something a little bit different. You know how that goes. So yeah, I really gave you some value today. Something that you can, learn some of this stuff, and then take it one step further. That's all, Buy a little tool and get to work. I can't wait to get my embroidery machine going so I can show you how that works. It's an awesome machine. I'm going to be stitching out that butterfly that I created. I drew it first and then I sent it away to be digitized, and then stitch it out. That's going to be fun. It'll be another day though. So I know this is a lot of cutting paper, so I'm probably going to shut the video off now, just because I don't want to waste your time just cutting holes in paper, But I wanted you to see how some of these different little tools and machines work, so that gives you some ideas. Very inexpensive to start something and to create, So all my holes are in sync. Maybe not that one. Is that the first one I did? Oh, maybe I turned the pages over. I think that's what I did too. Should still be squared on. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll try it this way. That's a little better. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to go for now, and I want to make sure that you, if you'd like to check out my website, there's a free PDF guide there that you can go and collect, and download the free PDF guide. It's 18 Ways to a Creative Business. It gives you some ideas, some of my opinion about what I think are hot little businesses that you could start. So you could go there and read that. That's a good little read. And my website is www.KarenEighton.fashionadvising.com, and I'll put the link below. And if you'd like to email me about the purchase of the 101 Morning Meditations book, you can email me direct. My email is homeeconomics100@aol.com. I have so many email addresses, I had to think of which one. So, but my business one and coaching and all that, I use that email for that. But anyway. So, again, my name was Karen Eighton, I-T-I-N, and the best way to remember my last name is just spell it in. And I'll tell you a story about that. My husband was working somewhere, and the foreman or whatever said, I can never remember how to spell your last name or how your last name goes. And he goes, just always remember it in. And remember that, Ted, my husband, is always trying to fit it in a day. He's fit so much in a day. That's my husband. So anyway, thanks so much for watching my video. I'm glad you stayed to the end. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Okay? Bye-bye. Have a great day.